I want to share with you a really great tool about letting go of the past. This is for those of you who are serious about letting go of those negative feelings. This is called Because Papers, and here's how it works. You come up with an issue that's bothering you. Shouldn't be too hard. We all have them. But something that's really bothering you that you haven't been able to let go of easily. And a couple of examples of how to write it in a because form are, I'm having a hard time forgiving so-and-so because, or I feel blank, whatever the emotion is, because. So-and-so is bothering me because. So whatever it is, and often it will involve another person. So you're going to write it in because form, and then you're going to write whatever else comes. Just put your pen at the top of that paper, and whatever comes, that's what you're going to write. There's probably a lot of pent-up negative feelings and emotions, and just get them all out. Like write whatever comes and don't stop till you're done. You probably get about a page or maybe more, just depending on how much it's bothering you. So you're going to write all that down, and when you're out of things to write, you stop. And then you're going to close it up, put it where someone else is not going to find it, and don't look at it for 24 hours. And don't go back and read it after you've written it. Do not go back, cross stuff out, and rewrite it. Whatever you have written, you just close it up. You don't look at it, and you put it away. So the next day, you're going to get it back out, and you're going to read through what you wrote yesterday. And you will have some different perspective and some additional thoughts as you do this. And that will become the topic for your second because paper. So whatever it is that's come to you, that new thoughts that you've had while you've been reading through that first paper, that's what your second because paper is going to be about. And it might be, deeper layers that are underneath the first layer that you wrote yesterday, or it might be a new perspective about your situation. So you're going to write whatever that is as a because statement, and you're going to just write and write and write until you have nothing else. Again, you stop. You do not go back and read it. You do not go cross things out and rewrite them. You just take it the way it is. You close it up where someone's not going to find it, and you put it away. The third day, you get it out, you read through it, and you'll get a new because statement out of it. And so then you're going to write and write about that. And a lot of times, that third day is when you really can get down to the root of the problem. And that's the goal. Because papers get us to the root of the problem. And when we get to the root of the problem, then we're able to let it go. I want to give you a quick personal example. So my husband and I were battling over food issues. And of course, he thought it was me, and I thought it was him. So it was bothering me enough that I decided to write because papers about it. So my first because paper, and I have permission to share this, is I hate it when my husband takes all the Sunday leftovers for his lunches because. And I just wrote everything, and it felt really good to get it all out, quite honestly. I just wrote everything that was bugging me. And I closed it up. I didn't look at it. The next day, I went back and I read it, and I had a new perspective. So my statement for the second paper was, I am selfish with food because. Ooh, ouch, that one was a brutal realization. So I wrote everything I could about that. And then I closed it up, didn't read it, didn't look at it, put it away for 24 hours. The third day, I got out the second paper and I read it. And my issue, or my topic for the third day became, I have food issues because. And I wrote about that. And as I was writing it, I realized what the root of the problem was. And the root was that we'd gone through some really scarce times financially. And I hadn't really let go of that. I still had a scarcity mentality instead of an abundance mentality, because we now had abundance, but I was still living with a scarcity mentality. Once I realized that, I was able to let it go. I developed this desire to give my husband the best. I love him. I want him to be happy. I want to make him happy. And so my desire became, oh my goodness, I want him to have the best. I want to give it to him. And I want my children to have the best. And I want to have an abundance mentality. It literally, when I got to the root of what the problem was, I could totally let it go and totally make a change. It was wonderful. Now, did my husband have food issues? I don't know. And I don't care, honestly, because I've let go. And I just have to worry about my part. So the blame game, like whose fault is it? Who's the problem? It just doesn't win, and nobody wins in that. So this way, I figured out what was bothering me. I was able to let it go, and things are a lot better now. And my husband is happy, and he has what he needs, and that makes me happy. So these because papers, they really work. And if you're ready to be serious about letting go of what's bothering you, try the Because papers. They are fabulous and you will get to the root of the problem. And I encourage you to do it. It's going to be great.